Hey y'all! Today we're making a traditional coconut cake for our classic Creole and Cajun Christmas. So let's get started. We start by toasting some coconut on the stove top for our outer decoration. Over medium heat, we add some sweetened coconut to a skillet and begin the toasting process. This takes anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes to complete and requires constant monitoring and movement. It is traditional to have a coconut cake as part of the holiday dessert menu. Recipes for coconut cake are passed down and sacred, but we're going to share ours with you. As you can see, the coconut browns in 3D. Color will range from caramel to off-white. Just be mindful of the heat and don't forget to stir. Once the coconut toasts to the colors that you approve of, remove immediately from the heat and set aside. Now we're going to sift some cake flour, and it's important to use cake flour. We want to get that soft melt in your mouth feeling that we like for a coconut cake. To the cake flour, we add some table salt, a bit of baking powder, and some baking soda. Then we sift the flour 2 to 3 times. Once we have our flour sifted and ready to go, in the bowl of a stand mixer, we add some softened salted butter, some shortening, and some granulated sugar. We use our paddle attachment to cream the fat and sugar. Once we have the fat and sugar creamed, we switch from paddle attachment to whisk attachment and add 5 large egg whites. You notice that the color of the batter begins to lighten closer to white. This is what we want, so don't be alarmed. Once the egg whites are incorporated, increase the speed of the mixer to high and whip until the batter becomes glossy, smooth, and puts you in the frame of mind of a soft meringue. This takes about 5 minutes. Then we switch back to the paddle and add some coconut extract and a bit of vanilla extract. Once our flavoring is mixed into the batter, let's add half of our sifted cake flour, beat until just incorporated. If you don't have a splash guard, which I don't because it broke, or should I say I broke it and have not replaced it, be mindful of flour and splatter. Then we add our wet, which is cream of coconut. I know a lot of people use coconut water, but cream of coconut gives the cake a rich texture, and cream of coconut gives a deeper coconut flavor than coconut water. We mix in the remaining flour until just incorporated. Don't overbeat. In a food processor or Vitamixer or blender or whatever you have, you want to pulverize some additional sweetened coconut. We gently fold the coconut into the batter just until incorporated. You just want to make sure the coconut is fairly well distributed in the batter. This is enough batter for a 3-layer cake that's 8 or 9 inches around. Then pour the batter evenly into your pans. Bake in a preheated 350-degree Fahrenheit oven for 23 to 26 minutes until done. Then you want to allow the cake to cool for 15 to 20 minutes before unmolding. Now let's make our frosting. In a mixing bowl, we're going to add some softened salted butter, some softened cream cheese, and some mascarpone cheese, which is a soft, slightly sweet Italian cheese. We then add some table salt and some coconut extract. Use the paddle attachment to mix until the butter and cheeses are smooth. While our fats are whipping, let's sift some confectionery sugar. typically it takes only one quick sifting, but for some reason the sugar is clumpier today. It happens, and it could be just that it's a little bit rainy outside, so we can contribute it to the weather. So I'm using my hands to help break up the sugar. You see those little hard pebbles that remain even after using my hands? Throw those away. And then, just to be on the safe side, I sift it a second time. Then you want to incorporate the sugar 1 cupful at a time. When all the sugar is added, mix on high until the frosting is smooth and creamy. Add the second 1/4 teaspoon of salt for a total of 1/2 teaspoon of table salt, a bit of coconut extract, and a splash of heavy whipping cream. Then whip on high for about 5 to 7 minutes until the frosting is smooth, light, and looks like whipped cream. Give the frosting a taste. If too sweet, add a bit more salt. If too thin, a bit more sugar. If too thick, a bit more heavy cream, until it's the sweetness and consistency you like. Now let's prepare our turntable with waxed or parchment paper at each side to catch the decorating coconut. Put a dollop of frosting in the center of your cake board to stabilize, and lay the first layer face down. Spread about 10 ounces of frosting evenly across the cake layer. Repeat this step for layer 2 with 10 ounces of frosting, and then sit layer 3 face up. Crumb coat the top and sides. Put the cake in the refrigerator to set the crumb layer before final frosting. Your final frosting layer doesn't have to be a perfect frosting layer because the frosting is going to be covered by the coconut. Now, once the cake is frosted, begin by sprinkling the coconut over the top, then cover the side. You can see how the wax paper comes in handy to catch the coconut that doesn't stick to the frosting. Add coconut until you are satisfied with how the cake looks. Use a small spatula or the back of a spoon to assist with pressing any loose coconut into the frosting and to do any cleanup around the cake. And there you have it. We made a moist, homemade coconut cake loaded with a perfectly sweetened coconut filling using a 3-generation Creole recipe. If you enjoyed this video, please like and consider subscribing. We'd love to have you as a part of our Creole and Cajun cooking community. Ingredients and measurements for this delicious 3-layer coconut cake can be found in the description box. And remember, when you mix a little bit of Creole with a little bit of Cajun, that's good eating. See y'all next time.